Thank you for joining us for another episode of Real Japan. This is the second part of our Double Dragon feature.
Woohoo!
I am Josh.
I'm Jason.
And today I'm joined by...
Me, Stacy.
And Laven.
Yay!
We're very excited for the second part of our reviews of live-action Dragon Ball movies.
We've got a doozy.
I'd call it a doozy.
They're all so great, man.
Yeah.
There's never been a bad one.
No.
So if you haven't seen the first episode where we reviewed the American attempt at making a live-action Dragon Ball movie, today we're looking at a Taiwanese masterpiece.
Yes.
That sounds like a derogatory phrase, like some kind of joke, like that's a real Taiwanese masterpiece.
Yeah.
This film was made back in the
92? 91?
Yeah, 92. Filmed in parts of Taiwan, I believe.
It said that. Which parts were in Taiwan?
Probably where they're when you first made Goku.
Right.
Oh yeah.
I think
when they're because of the Jeep, right? Because the
No.
Oh.
Any place they have the Jeep was going to be in Thailand.
Oh, okay.
We are way off course with structuring this.
we're just diving right in.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're diving right in. All right.
It's fine.
It was such a tragedy that we needed to just start discussing it right away.
Yeah.
So, for people who don't know what Dragon Ball is, and hadn't seen our first episode of Dragon Ball Evolution, it is the story of Son Goku, a, spoiler alert, space alien that has come to Earth, and his adventures in collecting what are called Dragon Balls.
Yes.
That's
Dragon
more or less right.
Pearls.
You mean, Dragon Pearls, right?
Well, you're talking about just like in general the story of Dragon Ball.
Yeah.
Not this movie.
Yes, but this movie is legally distinct
Yes.
from the
Very
Dragon
much
Ball
so.
universe.
If it wasn't called Dragon Ball, it would legally be able to call itself an original movie.
Yes.
Due to the changing the character names and being slightly different.
Right. Yeah.
It did say at the end of the credits, it's not similar to any existing people or properties and any similarities that you see. No, that's a coincidence.
Yes.
And that's just you putting your shit in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when people say you have a dirty mind, like, that's you, dude. We did nothing wrong.
Exactly.
Yeah, we didn't call him Goku.
His name is not Goku. It's Monkey Boy.
Yes.
Monkey Boy, and it's not a floating cat. It's just literally a cockatoo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kakapuar.
Yeah, cockapoo.
None of them had the Dragon Ball name, so.
Though I guess we say we were watching an English dub of a Taiwanese movie, so I'm not sure what names they used in the original version, but the incredible dub used all sorts of different names. Like, you mentioned Monkey Boy. There was Fatty, who is Oolong.
Is that what they called him? Fatty?
It said Fatty in the credits.
Yeah, okay.
Unless that was a different character who was also fat. I don't know.
No, it would have been
varied
him.
on it. Yeah, it was also seriously blackface, racist in his full-on pig form.
Yeah, that's because he was just a monster then.
Because he was probably supposed to be a boar, so he's painted all black, but...
He's in straight up blackface. Like straight up blackface.
Yeah, there's no excusing this. I mean, the only excuse you can give it was a different time.
Yes.
It was the early 90s, different time.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, also, I mean, there's been ads in Thailand that got in trouble for blackface 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And there's a commercial in China for a laundry soap that
I've
they
seen
put
that.
a black man into the laundry, put the soap in, and then out comes a pristine Chinese guy.
Jesus.
By a different time, I just mean you just fly over to China.
Well, this one,
Still okay.
we watched the remastered one in 2007. If they really wanted to do that, they would have had him be blue.
That's true.
When did Kai come out?
Kai started in Japan in 2009.
Oh, so that would be 2 years before it's...
He wasn't blue in the Japanese version, but whenever the edited, dubbed version on, I think it was the CW Kids or
WB
block
or something like that, yeah.
They made him blue.
If you're not sure, we're not. This is for Mr. Popo, which is why in the movie or in this movie, the wonderful Dragon Ball: The Magic Begins. It's more of Mr. Oolong Popo Rambo.
Yes.
Which will cover the Rambo part a little later.
I did see that his black body paint started rubbing off a bit during the scene where he had it, and they didn't really bother to retouch it.
Nah.
Continuity problems weren't as bad as I thought they were going to be, but there were some.
They thought that they would fix it in post, and they just forgot.
I think they were just like, we got the sun, let's just go for it. I mean, I really wonder what the budget on this was, because I think the biggest like mistakes they were making is when the Yamcha character like falls away from Bulma, and then this like lands headfirst in a pile of rocks. And you're like, wow, that guy really whacked his head on that one.
But he's a professional. He didn't get up or flinch. He just laid there.
In those days, you just had to take it.
Yeah, there's no stunt doubles for a movie like this.
Yeah, hopefully the wig was enough to protect him.
Yeah. Okay. So, source. So it was in. Some of it was in Taiwan, some in Thailand.
Yeah, we figured out it was in Thailand. Well, the village that's attacked at the very beginning of the movie is full of Thai people, obviously on that one, but also
when Bulma was riding around in a Jeep, there was this name on the Jeep, and we were wondering at first, like, is that like a brand of car or something? So we looked it up, and it was actually the name of a
botanical garden.
Yeah, a nature park in Thailand. So it was like, no, I forgot the name of it.
Nong Nochu.
They're literally just driving around in the trucks from this nature park.
Yeah.
So it was just product placement. They got a little kickback on it, so that they could remaster it later.
So actually, with Jason saying that, I want to specify that we were watching the 2007
Master Edition.
Ultimate Edition.
Yeah, that's right. It was the Ultimate Edition.
Yes, the Ultimate Edition. So it has all new CGI, fresh from 2007.
Yeah. So there was 2 fight scenes where they went to Virtua Fighter mode.
Yeah, in the original from 1992, they didn't.
No, it just so Goku and Yamcha, they punch each other's fist, and in the Ultimate Edition, it cuts to a completely CGI animated. It was almost
fighter.
Virtual Fighter.
Yeah, it was its own like proprietary graphics. It was just like this terrible Chinese CGI.
Yeah.
Where they just sort of did a couple of basic moves. They're like, okay, we spent probably a week rendering this terrible fight scene.
They were all completely blocky, like original Virtual Fighter.
It looked like that show Reboot.
Oh, yes.
Or like Beast Wars. It was like that. It was like just really janky, like version 1 CG rendering. And it's like, wow.
And then they bump fists again, and they teleport out of Virtua Fighter mode and back into real life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when we were watching that this time, we're like, wow, that's weird. But we went back to watch the original non-Master Edition,
And they just bro fist and continue fighting.
yeah, that scene doesn't even exist.
I kind of wonder, like, were they just given a CGI budget and they're like, we're just going to spend all of it, and they already used what they needed on the other scenes? Like, well, let's just add some scenes.
We've got a couple more dollars left over, sure.
But yeah, I was crying laughing during that scene.
This is the worst.
I do know that I saw this movie many years ago, so I'm sure it was not the Ultimate Edition when I watched it. I'm sure I just saw the original version of it, just the pure, lovely 90s effects.
So after watching the Ultimate Edition, we did watch select scenes from the original. Very grainy, whitewashed.
Super saturated.
As in VHS tape translated into
Definitely.
digital.
Yeah, I think it's Portuguese subtitles.
VHS ripped from, like, copied 4 times over.
Yes.
The good old days.
At least with the 1992 original version, I think some of the effects were a little bit better.
Oh, yeah. It's all practical effects, so it's like, actual models of ships and like actual moving parts and things. So
Right.
it didn't look all out of place. Like with the CG, you see it and you're like, what? And it looks really weird. But at least with practical effects, you're like, all right, I know that's just a cardboard ship flying overhead.
Right.
It looks fine. It looks real. Like it doesn't have this juxtaposition like the CG does.
Well, the CGI ships I don't think were that bad.
That's probably the only good, quote unquote good,
Yeah.
CG thing they even tried to do.
Yeah, at the end when they summon Shenron, it's a really weird CGI dragon that like constantly like loops around super fast. And then you watch the original and it's like a puppet that they kind of added
Put a
effects
bunch
to
of glowing
shine.
effects.
They did
to
some
it.
like animation over top of it to make it look kind of cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. It looked actually a lot better.
Yeah. All the like glowing effects and stuff seem to be just like 2D animation, like kind of put into the cells. Whereas The CG was just like god awful.
Oh boy, yes.
You did see some of the practical effects with like the more violent moments of the movie. For example, there was one of the henchman characters near the end. He was just like blown the fuck up. They just kind of panned away from him, and you could kind of tell it was like a dummy. And then they just kind of like different parts of it kind of flew off at different times.
A lot of explosions in this movie.
There was a lot of explosions, but I think also leading up to this moment that makes it so memorable is you have all these armies and they're running around, they're shooting, and I think some of the villagers like fall down and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But Goku takes an MP5 to the face and he's perfectly fine.
yeah.
Well, it's Goku.
It's
so,
Goku,
yeah.
but
No, it's actually it's just a monkey boy. We have no idea.
it's
That it's
Monkey
Yeah.
Boy.
Yeah, it's just
legally
Monkey
distinct
Boy.
and Goku. But like Bulma was shot at the M60 by the Pasta character.
nothing, not
Well,
a scratch.
Not a scratch.
Yeah,
But she
that's
didn't get
good.
hit.
Yeah, she didn't get hit because you saw the bullet dust clouds pop up.
Yeah, there's no
40
bullets
feet
coming
in
out
front
of there.
her.
Yeah. Either way, like everybody else seems to be fine. And then at the final like battle, first person that shows up is Piggy or Oolong, dressed as Rambo.
Yes.
And he just starts mowing down the enemy
Oh,
left
yeah.
and right.
Like red bandana, no shirt, black shorts.
Didn't he had camo pants?
camo
Yeah, I
pants.
think
Yeah,
it was.
He had like tactical stuff. And
Yeah.
It's like what?
Well, no shirt though.
No shirt,
no
but he had
shirt.
like some bandoliers and stuff, and he's
Yeah,
going
yeah.
for it.
And they're like, oh wow, like somebody's actually getting shit done.
He fires like 5 rounds, and like the whole front of the army falls
Yes.
down.
Yeah.
And we're like, wow, they like shoot into the main character group. Like stormtroopers are like good at aiming compared to these guys, and they don't get a scratch. And like this janky Rambo like fires off into the crowd of enemies, and like half of them die. And you're like, well, okay.
Except for when they're aiming at Goku. Goku, they can hit no problem.
Yeah. He always keeps getting the bullets, and he picks them out of his gi and stuff.
Yeah. Or you see he's smoking a couple times after being shot. There's just smoke coming out of him everywhere.
But yeah, so after Oolong just like schools his army in how to shoot people, fighting against one of the henchmen, Master Roshi or
Turtle Wizard.
Turtle Wizard.
Turtle Wizard Master, because I call him Master a lot.
Yes. Master Wizard Turtle Man.
Yes, just kind of string those together in random assortments, and you'll figure it out. Bulma finds a gun and then proceeds just to shoot a henchman with a grenade.
After
Yes.
they've been fighting like kung fu this whole time, like they're having this epic battle, then they're at a point where they're like, "Oh, who's gonna win?" Like they're so tired, and Bulma just shoots him, and he explodes because he shoots the grenade launcher, and
Yeah.
so the grenade hits like the girl, and she just explodes.
Yeah, Indiana Jones style.
Yeah,
She
yeah.
turns around, walks away.
It's
Yeah.
super funny. It's
Yeah,
like, okay.
the movie basically taught you that you don't need martial arts at all.
No, they fight for like 100 years and nothing gets done and it's solved. And then this like one guy with a gun shoots at him and then it's over.
Yeah.
Yeah. That being said, the practical effect on that was actually pretty good.
Oh, yeah, all the explosions looked fine.
Yeah.
The movie was like not bad. Like for like the acting was awful, just the worst thing ever. But
The voice acting, the physical acting, or both?
both.
Okay.
Well, I mean, the voice acting. If we were watching the Chinese version, I'm sure it would be less grainy or grating to the ears because this was just like really bad voiceover.
What are you talking about?
Just like that. That's like almost an exactly perfect impression
Cockapoo.
of Poir. So that was just got really annoying and it was awful. But like cinematography wise and like continuity wise, it was pretty good. Like it was like standard. It looked like a 70s kung fu movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, definitely pieces of it are.
So it was like that. It wasn't like it was kind of campy, but it was like fine. It wasn't that bad.
Yeah. There were some over the top parts, like Roshi was completely nuts during.
Oh yeah, he's ridiculous. That's just like probably a directional problem.
Yeah.
They're like, let's make Roshi ridiculous.
Yeah.
You never know. It could have been the actors. Like, no, I want.
I want to portray Wizard Turtle Man.
True. Yeah.
As the most crazy person ever.
I'm gonna do a 5-minute dance scene of something like "Dance Like an Egyptian" to summon
To summon the
Nimbus.
Nimbus. Yeah, it's he does a rain dance and then points his snake staff to the sky and Nimbus pops out.
Yeah, but moments like that, you're just like, oh, that's right. I'm watching a bootleg version
Of Dragon Ball.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they got to make it somewhat different.
Yeah.
and for
'Cause-
some reason they had a snake staff.
Yeah, well, and even still, because Dragon Ball itself was meant to be goofy in a lot of cases as well, so
This succeeded in capturing the
goofy.
spirit.
I think the weirdest part, one of the weirdest parts for me, was right after Goku went and captured the crocodile. That was nothing more than like a pool floaty.
Yes.
Actually, there was a little bit of practical effects because like it laughs at him with its jaw going up.
It looks like they got a pool floaty and then just like put some texture on top of them to be like, this looks a little more realistic, right?
Well, when he was carrying him, it almost looked like you could have put a person in it because with the way the feet were dangling.
It was like a big roll of carpet that he was holding.
Yeah. But yeah, so after defeating this crocodile, which is the famous kind of blue fish you see in the beginning of Dragon Ball,
Right.
he runs into Bulma.
Or rather, she runs into him.
That's normal. Bulma's always running into Goku like that.
Yeah, so she's driving on this little dirt road, and then Goku's like, he's not really on the road, he's kind of off to the side, and then she like swerves into him and then like punches down on the gas, despite the fact that like there's only rocks beyond where he is. Like, you weren't gonna drive that way.
Yeah.
Why are you slamming on the gas?
She has an all-terrain vehicle.
Yeah.
So she's like, I'm going up the weird way.
Yeah.
At first, it looks like it is like an intersection, like a Y split, but like the road goes on, and like where the Y splits, it's like you park, and then it stops.
Yes.
And you're like, well, why is she going that way? Because Goku's like off to the side. It's like, why is she even trying to drive that way?
Like aims right towards him, starts driving, so yells at him, get out of the way, because apparently her steering wheel broke.
No, I think she just wanted to run over a kid.
Yeah.
That's it.
She seemed pretty keen to do that.
Yeah.
But this is like I think one of the big pivotal moments in Dragon Ball.
Yeah, it is. Goku
um,
meeting Bulma is the thing that sparks everything.
Yeah, exactly. And they do the whole thing of like, oh, what are you? You look strange. Oh, I'm a girl. Oh, yeah, I heard about those from my grandfather. Go on.
Or whatever his name was.
Or just grandfather.
Yeah.
Did they even say his
he
name?
looks like Harry Potter,
Oh, yeah.
like a Chinese Harry Potter.
Chinese old Harry Potter.
Grandpa Gohan Potter.
Yes.
Yes. And they're like, oh, yeah. Oh, you're a girl. Oh. What do you call those people who try to touch women without permission? And then in unison,
Rapists!
And then they smile and be like, yeah, we know what that is, both of us together. And then they move on from the conversation.
Yeah.
That was a very strange moment.
well, it's strange in that moment, but then later on you see Oolong trying to rape a girl.
Yeah. And then Goku's like, oh, I should stop this because I don't like rape.
No,
Yes.
no, guys. Because he had the dragon pearl and he had to seek out the others, so he had to meet up with all these people. So he had to do that ploy like he was going to rape that girl.
No one
which
believed
was
that
his
when he said it in
plan
the movie.
all along,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, I still
Yeah.
don't believe it. It's not going to stand up
Nobody
in a
did.
court of law.
Yeah, it's never going to work.
Oh yeah, I just remember that part where Turtle Wizard said that you can't leave this island without my permission.
Oh, yes.
What? Why did he get that feature installed? Makes you wonder.
He only used it on Yamcha, so...
Well, because other people didn't try leaving. Well, and also, it's proven false because that's after you see the evil guys steal their shit and then leave the island.
Does that... no, that happens before.
No, it's you can't leave this island, my island, without my permission.
Right. And then...
The other ones leave without his
Yeah,
permission.
yeah,
I mean, he pulls out legally distinct from Kamehameha waves and
yeah.
blows up 2 out of the 3 ships.
Yeah, normal phaser blast.
He
from
just started
Star
blowing
Trek.
up ships.
Yeah.
Like straight up like spacecraft, like big,
Yeah.
giant spacecraft, and he just blows them apart like they're nothing.
Yeah, but they're fine because later there is a continuity issue and you see 3 ships fly away.
True.
Yeah.
I wonder how
Even
big their
though
fleet
only
was.
3 were right.
3 showed up, 2 were blown up, 3 leave.
That is true. It's fine, don't worry.
Yeah.
Yeah, that fixed that post.
They're from somewhere. We don't even know where they're from. They're just
Yeah, they just
generic
kind of
bad
appear.
people that come and kill some people.
Yeah, much like how we've did not explain the plot of the movie.
Yeah.
They just came out of nowhere.
It doesn't matter. It just starts
Yeah.
up. There's Goku and Gohan hanging out fighting. Some bad men come, take the Dragon Ball. They try to get the Dragon Ball back.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
They meet some people. Different Dragon Balls happen.
Dragon Ball is about people getting Dragon Balls.
Yes.
Yeah. I guess we could, since we didn't remember to mention it earlier, that it's loosely based off of the Dragon Ball movie Curse of the Blood Rubies.
Yeah.
Or in Japanese, Shenron no Densetsu, Legend of Shenlong.
Yeah, it roughly follows the same thing. They changed some of the names and some minor details to it, but it pretty faithfully follows the story.
Yeah, and they did kind of the same thing that like the first 3, 4-ish Dragon Ball movies did of kind of retold the first 13 episodes of the original Dragon Ball of Goku meets Bulma meets Puar meets
Yamcha.
Oolong, Yamcha,
Yeah. And then the
Turtle
Turtle Wizard
Wizard.
Man.
yeah, Turtle Wizard Man.
Man Master.
And then go find the Dragon Balls and save the day. So villain-wise, we have the standard two minions of Pasta and Bongo. Pasta is the girl, right?
Correct.
Those two are my favorite characters.
Yeah.
Because of their rich backstory
Yes.
that we learn about.
Yeah.
And why we should hate them. Like,
Right.
they could be great people and they just work for this guy.
Yeah.
We have no idea.
Like the Ginyu Force, they're great people, and
Yeah.
So Pasta, a white lady in a blonde wig.
Who wandered in from Mad Max.
Yes,
Well, the entire cast of the bad guys are from Space Mad Max.
yes,
Yes. Have you ever
and-
watched Power Rangers?
Yeah,
Like early
that's-
Power Rangers, that's what we were looking at.
yeah,
here.
including makeshift putties.
Oh, they're just Sentai villains. 1,000%.
complete Sentai villains.
Yeah, King, what was it? King Horn?
King Horn, the Count, who basically looks like Maleficent from Sleeping Beauty.
Sleeping Beauty, yeah. Well, I mean, with a blue face and like weird shiny eyes.
Yeah.
And kind of a weird, almost monkey-like actually gait.
Yeah.
Or,
And a great laugh, too.
and the other minion, Bongo, who's wearing a set of warrior armor from World of Warcraft.
Yeah, and he's got these sweet glasses that are literally safety glasses. Yeah. They're just safety glasses. You can tell. You see them, you're like, I've worn those exact glasses in shop class before.
So, yeah, they show up at the Thai village and kill a bunch of people, steal a Dragon Ball, and just kind of take over the village and hang out there.
Yeah, they don't seem to have a home.
Yeah.
Yeah, where are they from? They have these ships, and it's like, why are they here? Where are they from? They're aliens? Like, that. All that could have been explored, but it's like, no, doesn't matter.
All right. The main thing here is also to contrast this with Dragon Ball Evolution.
Okay.
And they
Yes.
also don't explain anything in that one.
Yes.
Remember the whole Ozawa's coming? It's like, great.
Yeah.
What the fuck
I
is
mean,
that?
these are equally shitty things. not equally shitty movies, but equally shitty, like, plot mishaps.
no,
Where
no,
they-
I think a bunch of writers from someplace that show up and do that, that's...
You got at least got to give me like a paragraph in the beginning, being like, these bad guys from this planet hate the Earth and they wanted to come use the dragon to blow it up. Fine. That's stupid, but it's a thing that is a reason why they're here.
What are you talking about? That was evolution that you were just talking about.
That's-
'Cause Piccolo shows up. He's clearly from outer space. Goku finds Bulma. They find Yamcha. And they find Roshi. And then they go and fight the main villain and get all the Dragon Balls.
Yeah, equally shitty plot development. Just the worst.
So, a little more in characters. Grandpa Gohan Potter, him and Goku fight, and
Oh, yeah, the
Goku wins round
choreography.
1. Then they do rock, paper, scissors, and then they have a dance battle.
Typical Chinese kung fu
Yeah.
kind of style. They just do this weird little playful choreographed thing. And you're like, okay.
Yeah, it was weird. The John Kenpo, the Rock, Paper, Scissors, is actually a nod to original Dragon Ball because that was
Right.
actually his martial arts
Yeah.
style that he uses. Unfortunately, we don't see Wolfang Fist from Yamcha.
No.
Fake
You
Yamcha.
just see CGI fist.
Zoro Yamcha.
Yamcha was the worst one in terms of adaptation, in my opinion.
Yeah, in
Really?
both
No, I remember-
movies.
Yeah, no, I remember when he showed
Bro.
up. He had a M60.
He was cool.
Machine gun.
He could have been
He had
cool.
a scimitar.
He looked all cool, and then he like took all that off and was wearing just like these traditional Thai gown, and was just like, "I'm weird." And you're like, "Okay."
I'm Ty Zoro.
Yeah, he was just weird. Like at first, he had like the cowboy hat, and he had like the gun, and he was all kind of like a cool character. And he just like threw all that away and was like, "I'm actually a weirdo."
He looked like Aladdin, Prince Ali.
Yeah.
Style,
yeah.
He was just strange, and it's like, no, this isn't as cool. He didn't look anything like Yamcha, or have the attitude of Yamcha, really.
Well, he had the phobia of girls still.
He did have that, but his parrot wasn't really his friend. It was just this annoying parrot.
Yeah.
That kind of hated him.
Yeah.
You're a racist.
Wasn't Puar a little like that in the original?
But they were like friends. They're like great.
No, they're
Yeah, they're
friends.
still
Yeah.
working
Yeah.
together. It wasn't
Yeah.
like Poors are like, oh, look, he's hiding over here, like this parrot was.
Oh, yeah.
Is that a parrot?
Poir was like on
Okay,
his team.
cockatoo.
I guess
Cockatoo.
Whatever. Birds. Stupid birds.
Fucking birds, I don't care.
If there are any birds listening to this,
Yeah.
fuck off.
If we're talking about the
Oh,
characters.
Jade.
Jade, well, yeah. I mean, she was just kind of.
She was a plot device.
She was a
She
plot
wasn't a
device.
character. She was a plot device.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically.
She was
Pretty
that
much.
line of text that Laban wanted to explain what the fuck was going on.
Yeah, yeah.
And it was this little girl who's gonna be raped by
Oolong.
Oolong. That's your the equivalent of the Star Wars crawl.
That explains that. Doesn't explain why this bad guy, why Biff and Bop, or whatever those two guys are, Bongo and Jongo, why they are even here, and like why the bad man is even like trying to be evil. How did he even learn about the Dragon Balls? Like, why does he know what this is? Why did it take him this long? If he's not from Earth, how does he even know what the Dragon Balls are?
Maybe, I don't know. They didn't really say that they are aliens. They could have just been
So
from
everyone
the
has
bad
ships?
part of Earth.
There's this part of the Earth with ships, with space Mad Max, and then there's this other part of Earth that's just janky and has terrible water skis from China in the 1980s.
Yes.
With the full outboard mortars that
Yeah. This is just awful. Infinitely more entertaining than Evolution, though.
Yes.
Just like leaps and bounds a better movie. If I had to watch one of them over and over again, it would definitely be this one.
Yeah.
yeah.
Mostly just because of the strange dub as well, but it just kind of had that. It was just strange enough to be overly comical.
Yeah. It was like it was way more fun. It wasn't more just cringy. It was like, okay, sure. and the fights were fun to watch. The fights were like cool, like martial arts fights.
Yeah,
so.
the choreography was fairly well.
Yeah.
There's a
So
lot of unnecessary flipping, but
Yeah, well.
you kind of expect that in martial arts.
how it goes.
martial art,
China.
martial art movie, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, okay, so we're going to be comparing this to Dragon Ball Evolution. Like the fight, the one I'm thinking back to is between Goku and the Jock, where he's like dancing around on the top of the Jock's car while the Jock is beating it up with the baseball bat
Right.
or whatever it is.
Yeah.
And was it Geeko?
Yes,
That is his name.
Geeko, not Goku. Geeko.
Yes, Geeko.
Like slides across on his head and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was frankly terrible. But you watch this one, and like we were just saying,
It's Super Sentai all over the place.
Yeah. It's just like this cool kung fu kind of people moving around, jumping around,
Yeah, flying.
flying through the air.
With
Yeah.
only a minimal amount of visible strings.
True.
Yeah.
I only saw two.
Yeah, I feel like some of the CGI budget was erasing the strings because I think when I remember back to when I watched it before that I definitely saw a lot of strings in the fights.
Yeah, that's fine.
Maybe they actually fixed it in post.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
actually did fix it in post.
What, like
and
15 years later?
And then ruined it in other ways.
Yes, ruined it because they ended up with a few too many dollars left over and had to spend it on Virtua Fighter Z.
My favorite augment of 3D was used for Roshi's eyes popping out.
Yes.
Like Tex
Looney
Avery
Tunes.
like style, like the eyes like popping out. Like
The Looney Tune eyes and Oolong turning into Bulma and then doing the Killer Instinct Black Orchid finishing move.
yeah.
Yeah, I know he's a big pervert, but I think he would have noticed her going from like a less than A cup to like a D cup.
Yeah. No.
If anything, that's what he was noticing the entire time. So he would be the first to be like, "You're not the same lady."
But
I don't
honestly,
care.
He doesn't care.
Yeah, no.
That's true.
Motorboat them titties.
He like motorboats her too. That was pretty funny.
I guess speaking of Bulma a bit, her character seemed a bit more just kind of to sit there and look pretty more so than being a smart character
No,
like
she was
she
not.
was in the original.
Yeah.
Well, she proceeds to lose the Dragon Radar after the first encounter with Goku.
Yeah.
The high-tech, sophisticated Dragon Raider.
Yes.
Yes, with the
little
whirly
sonar
bits on
thing,
it.
like on whirly bits and all.
It's not like somebody like steals it or damages it or anything.
It
Like
just
she
disappears.
She literally just like forgets where.
Where it went.
I thought the Jeep from the nature reserve blew up, and that's where the Dragon Radar was.
I think that's us thinking that's what happened.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It never explicitly tells us.
No.
They're always just wandering around, like, where are the Dragon Balls? They're so impossible to find. If only we had a radar or something like that. We got shown in the very first scene.
She doesn't have a radar anymore, but she seems to have a never-ending supply of new outfits to wear in this single day that seems to be going on.
Yeah, I don't know how much time passed during this because all the bodies are freshly dead from the village, and they have all the time in the world to like go to some island, find the jet boats in the first place. Like, how do they even get those things?
Again, Capsule Core.
Yeah, but they never say that.
No.
Yeah.
No, they're just assuming that's what you guys are knowing what's working
Yeah. So like she starts out in this like safari outfit, and then
because she's exploring.
yeah, after the Jeep blows up, then her and Goku are riding an elephant. Now she's in this like dress, and then when they show up to Turtle Wizard Island, she's in this like tropical two-piece sundress thing.
Well, yeah, you gotta look
Yeah.
alluring to the old men.
Yeah. And then finally, when they go to the last battle, she has some kind of pseudo-goth aesthetic, like black and maroon outfit with
yeah,
these thigh-high stockings.
Yeah, because life is pain and people blow you up.
Yeah, that's true. She does the blowing up.
Yeah.
I like how none of the other characters changed their
Actually,
clothes.
no,
Yeah, Oolong does. But
changed.
Oolong can't make sense because he's changing
Yeah.
shape and form.
Roshi did too.
Yeah, he
Yeah, he
also gained a shirt at the end when he'd been wandering around in his, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know how he got that
underwear.
one. He didn't have
He has a
capsules.
shirt. I mean, he has
Wait,
a
we're talking
shell.
about you're talking about the village,
turtle.
right?
Yeah, well, he swims away.
Yeah, and his short. Yeah.
And yeah, he lost his shirt in that part, but then when they go and raid the village, he got to go into.
He's got it back. That is true.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess he just used his turtle shell.
Yeah, his turtle
as
shell
storage.
basically has hammer space in it because he disappears into it all the time.
It is true. You can actually see the part where they cut into the floor for him
Yes.
to disappear into. And they kind of peeks out, but you can see where it's at.
Yeah.
Yeah, which makes
Budgets.
but it also makes this movie much more charming
Yeah.
than Evolution.
Yeah.
No, yeah, it's like if someone told me like a couple high schoolers made this movie, I'd be like, yeah, good job. If maybe told me an entire production team, like of professionals made this movie, I'd be like, I don't know where they graduated from film school at, but they probably shouldn't have.
They had a lot of fun sound effects, like when you were hitting something, like,
Yeah.
and when they're doing beams, it's like pew 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 pew.
Super like over the top sound effects.
Yeah, I think in one they are literally saying pew pew pew.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Sometimes it does sound like that. It's great. It's pretty charming.
Can't be fun.
As you said, yeah, it was a fun movie.
We did see that Roshi had the ability or airbending abilities. Because he did push people away with the air, or was that Gohan?
I think in the earlier part, when
it was
Goku and Gohan were fighting
Yeah,
at their.
it was
their
Gohan,
house.
and then he used the airbending Kamehameha.
Legally distinct from Kamehameha.
Yes.
So is that where you think Evolution got the idea
Yeah.
for that?
Yeah.
Yeah, direct inspiration.
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure that guy, and I forget his name. I know I called him out in the last episode.
Ben Ramsey?
Yeah, Ben Ramsey. Yeah, that terrible guy. He probably was like, "Oh, Dragon Ball. Oh man, there's a lot of episodes of this. I'm just gonna watch an abridged version. Oh, I found this movie called
Dragon Ball, let the magic begin.
Yeah, I'll just watch that and base the whole movie off that."
And history is made.
Yeah, the good timeline that we're on now.
Yeah,
This isn't the timeline that Trunks fixed. Oh shit.
Jesus. But we did Goku, Monkey Boy, clearly is not Goku because when offered food, he declined.
Yeah.
it was true.
Yeah, that was when they were riding on the elephant. Like, if it was real Goku, he would have been eating that elephant.
Yes.
Yeah, riding the elephant was also a little weird because he can fly.
Yeah.
Which
Well, that was explained
Bulma
when
can't fly.
yeah,
And
when
they're going together.
Bulma chased after him in the Jeep and caught up and specifically dragged him into the Jeep, saying, "I can't go as fast as you."
yeah, which was really weird also because she was very nonplussed about him flying.
Yeah.
She's like,
Yeah.
whatever, get in the seat. We just want to drive together.
Yeah.
Goku's strong enough; he should be able to carry Bulma.
True.
Yeah. And then also,
Well,
Goku had a much bigger vocabulary.
He knew a lot of words.
Like rapist.
That was one that I was surprised that he knew.
I mean, it could just be how they chose to translate it when dubbing it.
Well, but that's the world we have to live in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is whatever those people made the choice of is the world we have to live in,
Yeah.
and what we have to judge this movie by.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm curious if they make actual references to the character names in the Chinese version, and maybe like when it was dubbed and brought here, they had
to
to
change it
legally
just
change it.
Well, it could be because when we were watching the one with the Portuguese subtitles, it was just saying Goku.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
I'm wondering if
Yeah.
it was
But they
it
probably
was a
called-
legit knockoff in China, but here it's like it's not Dragon Ball.
They probably just called him
Even though
Sun
the movie's
Wukong.
still named Dragon Ball.
Yeah.
It's fine, it's fine.
It's
Yes.
Ball Dragon.
Well, yeah, which doesn't help if you're
Pearl
watching
Dragon.
it and you don't really know what's going on.
Yeah.
Because they're, I'm watching the Dragon Ball movie. Oh, what, now they're calling them all Dragon Pearls?
Yes.
I do like Dragon Pearl.
David's going to use that from now on.
I think this is actually
the true canon.
The true canon is this film, and I'm basing every other Dragon Ball franchise to set. This is the golden standard.
Yeah.
Yeah, including convoluted things like there was this part where Turtle was saying something like, if 2 of the pearls get together, then chaos will happen, and then the 5 other ones will come together and join them. It's like, wait, but
That was
None
the
of that's
dumbest scene.
Happened. I don't know what is he talking about.
It was, yeah, I have to agree.
Out of the whole movie, I could follow except for that part. And I was like, what?
What's going on?
He just introduced some weird magic with the Dragon Balls where he just says if 2 of the Dragon Balls are together, it will be an unstoppable energy and the rest of them will follow.
Yeah.
We're like, we've had all of them together this whole time. What the hell's wrong? What? And then
He's already got 6. What?
but then it just kind of stops, and then they continue on with the movie, and it, like that scene could have not even existed, and would have not mattered.
Well, it's no different from Dragon Ball Evolution with the Ozaru thing.
Yes.
Where they bring it up like a couple times. Oh, Ozaru.
Ozaru's
they don't explain it. They don't translate it. Nothing at all. And then at the very end, he turns into the giant monkey, which it looked better than this movie produced, but come on.
Oh yes, he
Yeah.
of course, but
Yeah.
at least the Ozaru still happens. This, they're just like 2 Dragon Balls, they touch, it's bad. Okay, what about that? Don't worry about it. And then never again. They're like, but Hiroshi, they're touching right now. It's not those kind of, not that kind of touching.
Those Dragon Balls.
I think he was referring to some other round spherical objects that he would be touching.
Yeah, he must have been.
And then bad things happen.
it was
from
some
that.
kind of crazy perverted old rant he was trying to go on, and they're like, Hiroshi, what are you talking about?
Like, perhaps he was just
Yeah,
saying
we're
like
done.
when they all come together, that's when they'll like explode out, and that's why he's saying it'd be dangerous if you're holding them because they could all.
Well, he specifically said
But-
2.
Yeah, he said
Yeah,
2. If 2
like,
balls
I
are
wonder if it
together.
was-
Either
I think
it's a bad
only-
translation.
Yeah,
I think that was mostly it.
He's a crazy old man. He's
possible.
referring to boobs and touching them, and then how he has to be sequestered on a private island because he's a rapist.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's legally bound to be there.
yeah. And then these kind folks, Monkey Boy
Released.
and what is Bulma's name? Like
Sito or
Sito or
something. I
whatever.
don't know.
It's where because Monkey Boys are like
Why not Ato or Sito or Beto? Yeah.
Dito,
Beto,
whatever.
Sito.
It was
whatever.
Like Nito. I think it was started with an N.
I don't know.
Oh well.
Yeah.
Whatever.
No, I think it was an S.
Was it?
Either way, terrible name.
Yeah.
Just not good.
So,
Just not Bulma.
like we barely referenced at the beginning of this podcast, this is based off of Blood Ruby's film from 1988, something like that. And I remember kind of watching that back in the day, back in the
Yeah.
90s. But I forgot how they defeated the evil king in that film. Which I think might have been what they were trying to talk about with Master Roshi, talking about the 2 Dragon Ball touching.
I could see it because that scene happens a little bit before that, so I could see maybe it was a bad translation where they're in the Chinese version. They're actually explaining about the power of the balls exploding out and
When they
warning
all
them
get
or something.
together.
Yeah, that's the only reason this whole scene would even make sense because the whole rest of the movie actually makes sense. It is dumb, but it makes sense. Except for this part where you're like, what are they talking about? 2 balls are going together.
Well, so if I had magical Dragon Balls or Dragon Pearls and somebody was coming to get them and you're under attack and your army's being mowed down and your henchmen are blown up by little girls with grenade launchers, where would you safely store these?
In my stomach.
Or up the butt.
Well,
Yeah.
this Fujoshi trash talk.
Yeah. One of these is right.
Either way,
Up the bum then.
Yes.
It is.
it is within his body, and they get the bright idea to take the last Dragon Ball they had, which
Oolongs.
which was Oolong. Like everyone just has a Dragon Pearl.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he swallowed all the
yeah.
Dragon Pearls,
Yeah,
except
that-
for the one that he didn't have, which they're all touching now, and due to Roshi's rant, should be exploding or something.
Yeah, exactly. See, it would have made more sense if at the very beginning of the movie, like they had 2 that came together and that kind of summoned King Horn.
Or something.
Or something. Either way, it's not the point. The point is not to make this movie make sense.
No.
It's just to kind of recap what has happened.
Yes.
And anyways, they force it down his throat, and he starts writhing around in pain and glowing a little bit more than he had been glowing.
Yeah.
Because he was always kind of crackling with energy.
Yeah.
And then, like, his last spaceship flies by, beams him up, and then just as it flies off into space, blows up with the summoning power of
Yay.
Puppet Shenlong, Best Shenlong.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I would say the animated version as from the actual series.
No. Puppet Shenlong is
Puppet
Or,
Shenlong.
true
or drawn
Shenlong.
version
Yeah.
from the manga.
Because he's gold. Gold is better than green.
He probably is green, but he was obscured by that gold animation.
Yes, the painted on animation. Classic. It's like watching old live action, like a Disney.
Like a Disney movie, yeah.
Yeah, where they just kind of paint right on there.
Yeah.
Yeah, so once again, the villains were defeated by being shot, being blown up, and having a Dragon Ball forced down their throat. No martial arts.
No, martial arts
was
just
used to
tired
solve
them all out.
anything.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just like any other Dragon Ball.
Well, they're at least fighting and shooting beams at each other.
Well, there's a lot of beam shooting from like Master Roshi does a lot. Goku.
Goku doesn't have...
do anything. And that last fight, Goku is a complete waste of space.
Yeah.
The little girl does less. But, like I said, she's a plot device, not a real character.
Right. Yeah, the most
just
Goku,
like Hawkeye.
Yeah. Oh. The most Goku does is spin the power pole around to deflect gunshots.
No,
from
he gets
other-
shot all the time.
Well, yeah, he gets shot, but he still spins the power pole around to protect the people behind him.
He does, and then he still gets shot
Yeah,
by
he still
spinning
gets
it in
shot,
there.
yeah.
Yeah. He does extend the power pole to finish shoving it down the throat.
Yes.
So yeah, Goku does the finishing move.
Yeah.
Yeah, but once again, I think this anybody else with a spare hand could have done it.
Well, Roshi was trying to, and Roshi just couldn't push it down right.
You need the magic ball.
You gotta
You'd
couple
have-
balls
You'd think he'd have practice pushing things down.
because of the implication.
Again, Fujoshi's Trash Talk, also on AnnieBrosCreative.com.
There was also, before Maleficent got taken down, he was using, like, his, I don't even know what, like, magic powers or something to revive all of the dead villagers and make them into zombies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He has zombie powers.
Yeah.
Who knew?
He's part necromancer.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's an evil guy that comes based in the territory.
He couldn't revive all of his putties, but he revived the villagers, no problem.
Yeah, of course. Which led to the villagers kind of slowly shambling towards the group, and they're like, oh shit, oh, they're coming towards us, we gotta go this way. And then they're like that way, it's like, oh, there's some more villagers shambling towards us, oh shit, we gotta go that way. Oh no,
They should have
they're-
learned how to fly.
They're coming from all sides, what are we gonna do?
Yeah, they already knew how to fly.
Yeah.
Goku actually already flew. This is like the episode where they go into Boo's stomach.
Weird.
And they're like, oh, how can we get past this like stomach acid? And everybody watching is like, you guys can fly, you fucktards.
It was filler.
Just like this movie.
Yeah.
Just like a lot of the middle of this movie was.
Yeah.
Yeah, once I met Master Roshi, the first like 5 minutes with Roshi, you're like, okay, wacky, take at this. This is actually
At
pretty entertaining.
minute 30.
Yeah.
They
and-
spent like 20 minutes with them, and you're
Yeah.
like, he's just being a weirdo and a creep and just kind of talking strangely and really slowly and not saying anything.
And he walks around him.
He just walks around and says weird stuff for like 20 minutes. And you're like, dude,
Yeah.
we get it. He's a zany guy and he's a pervert. Like, okay, just get out of here already. Go do the next plot thing.
yeah, move it along.
Yeah.
Yeah, shamble along like the zombies.
Yes.
Which the horde did eventually reach the cast, and
Yeah.
they kind of like,
They just
Pawed at him.
kind of
Yeah,
like
they
pawed
pawed
at
at
them, and
It's
if
real
you,
great for radio, by the way.
yeah.
Yeah.
I was,
He's making
I'm making pawing motions with my hands.
Yeah.
Because I was trying to think of the word. And if you looked at Oolong, he seemed to be quite enjoying this,
Yeah.
actually.
Like in the background, he's just kind of going, oh, getting tickled.
I'm being touched by women.
Yay!
Dead women.
Hot!
Even better.
That's fine. They've been dead for what, like a few hours at this point?
Yeah.
I guess.
pretty
They're
much.
probably still warm.
We have no sense of time in this movie, just
Yeah.
that Bulma changed outfits like 4 times, but it could have been like 4 hours. I don't know.
Yeah, there was no day night cycle.
Yeah.
You have no idea how long it had been.
It may have been on Namek, then they had 3 sons.
Oh, that would have been a good twist. They're on Namek the whole
What
time.
a twist! Is this the M. Night Shyamalan Ding Dong version?
Yes.
Now the sky was blue and not green.
Yeah, well,
They didn't have the budget for that.
yeah.
They would rather put in the CGI Yamcha and Goku fighting than to change the sky color.
Yes. And although in the ending part, during the credits, the Virtua Fighter Z, it did show Goku trying to do the Kamehameha.
That's copyright infringement.
Yeah.
It was totally some other name that they never said. It
Right.
was just a laser sound.
Yeah.
So thank you for joining us for the second part of our Double Dragon feature. Dragon Ball, I think, is a big part of the anime world, especially here in the U.S. This is because of longevity. It's been around a long time. Usually you can get the references in other anime. Unfortunately, it has spawned 2 terrible, terrible movies.
There's a Korean one too.
there-
I've never seen that one, but there's
Oh,
a
no.
Korean live action too.
Okay, well,
That'll be
apparently this is not a double
Triple
Dragon
dragon.
Dragon.
Surprise, triple dragon.
Nice.
right, we're gonna have to track that one down now. I can't
Everyone say it
believe
with
we've been
me.
together for 20 years and you've never told me there's a Korean live-action Dragon Ball movie.
I didn't know
Everyone
about
together.
it
Trying to
recently.
surprise
Thanks,
I
Stacy.
wanted to surprise you.
That would have been in, like, when we were in Korea, and you could have surprised.
I don't think I knew about it then.
Okay. Apparently, this is a recent development.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't think the movie's very new, but I learned about it fairly recently.
All right, well, this whole thing's a lie.
Just like cake.
Yes. But I would say definitely Dragon Ball The Magic Begins is a much better movie. It's not a great movie,
No.
but it's a entertaining movie,
Yes.
and it takes actually less liberties with the source material
Yeah.
and takes the same amount of explanation to do it. So by the end of when you're watching this, you're like, okay, it's at least a
Coherent idea.
Yeah, coherent idea that you can watch. So I would give it 2 puppet shenanigans out of 5.
I think I'll go a little better. 2.5 spinning Goku power poles out of 5.
Okay, I enjoy this movie a lot more than Dragon Ball Evolution by like 200%, and it is a god awful movie. So I'm gonna go ahead and give it 2 googly CGIs out of 5.
CGI eyes.
CGI eyes.
Yes.
Yeah. See.
Yeah, I'm very anti-evolution just because it doesn't feel anything like Dragon Ball should to me. Like, the spirit is completely off. This is a bit better. I mean, it at least has some of the feel that I'm looking for, though not entirely. So I'll give it 2 egregiously bad CGI scenes out of 5.
All right. Is that because there's no Vegeta in here? Is that all there is? If they had Vegeta, this would have been like a 4.
Actually, I really want to see what they would have done with some
Just
of the
Vegeta
other
shows up out of no, like for no reason.
Hey
Just-
guys!
Yeah, like, oh, maybe we'll make a second one, and then like he like shows up at the end. And,
Yeah.
And he's like, Kakarot, you have to come with me. We have to save Namek. And everyone's like, what's happening?
The end.
Yeah.
Question mark?
If I ever make a terrible movie based off a popular franchise, I'm gonna leave it with a cliffhanger ending like that.
Yeah.
That both does not explain anything, takes wild liberties with the characters, and never deliver on it.
Well, didn't Evolution had the end of credits teaser?
I
Yeah.
remember on that one.
Yeah, because Piccolo was in
the chamber
bed
going,
in some village somewhere.
Yeah,
Probably
and
this Thai village.
Yeah. Right.
All right. Well, thank you for listening to us. Like I said, this has all been a terrible lie because this is not a double dragon feature. Apparently, it's going to be a triple dragon feature once we can track down this Korean live action one.
Oh God, not again.
Maybe it'll be the best one. We'll see. There's always hope.
It sure is.
Thank you for listening to us. We are Real Japan. Find us at anabroscreative.com. There's hosts of other podcasts there as well for your listening enjoyment. And thank you for listening.
See ya.